Alright, now we're going to look at making brushes within Photoshop, which is one of those things that you get very addicted to. So let's make a new document. In this new document, I'm going to make it either 128 by 128 or 256 by 256. The important thing here is it's got to be square. Okay? So what I did, I made a preset 256 by 256, and when I got done making the preset, I saved it as 256 by 256. So let's hit OK to this. And what I'm going to do is use a brush to make a brush. And what I'm going to do is grab the brush tool and go in here. A lot of times as a new person, you should probably make a new layer and just fill it with white with the paintbrush or paint bucket tool. And what will happen is that way you can see exactly what's going on with the brush. So here's a brush, and here's my standard everyday old brush. And what I'm going to do here is just lightly click with my mouse at 50% gray and make a dot. Okay. Now, depending on how big you want it, so let's say I make it a little bit bigger, then go down, and then one more time. Okay, and what this does, it allows you to mesh this together a little bit. So I got 3 variations of color. I'm going to use the Smudge Tool for this. What this allows me to do is go on the outside edge. Now I can use lots of brushes with the Smudge Tool. I like a soft brush for it. And what I can do is just kind of shake it up a little bit. So I'm clicking around the outside edge with this with my Smudge Tool. And what it does is soften the edge, and it allows the color to blend together with the background. And this one a little bit more of the same. And let's say I showed you under brush, I can also have scattering with this turned on, and it'll really do a good job of blending this out. Okay, so there we go. We have this brush, and it's nice variance on the outside. And this is a paintbrush. Okay, so it'll make a glob effect. And that's the difference between this right here is good for painting, but not decoration, which I'm going to show you the stamp brush after this. So let's define the brush preset by edit, define brush preset. Remember the document has to be square, and we go into jagged 4 and go into file new. We're going to make just a standard piece of paper here, US paper, but we're going to keep the resolution down so that when I work with it, I can get the brush perfect before I worry about painting it. So if I grab a brush and grab that new brush, it's located here at the very bottom, and I can go in here and now paint with that brush. Just like that. And X on the keyboard allows me to switch. Now the reason I like this brush so much is because it has a variance on the outside edge. It's jaggedy, and it's more true to life like an average paintbrush. Okay? So that's why we use it. So you'll get into different types of brushes. There's a jaggedy edge brush, there's a soft brush, and then there's the hard edge brush. Each are good. This one's good for organics like skin. The jaggedy edge brush is good also for concepting. The hard edge brush is good for like metals. And then the soft edge brush is good for blending a hard edge against an organic. Okay, so that's the different types of reasons why we should use different kinds of brushes. So now that we have an understanding on how to make a jaggedy edge brush, keep in mind you can make a million of these or different variances of and have all these different things turned on, and you'll get such a different look to them each time you try it. We're going to look at the stamp brush next, however, and the stamp brushes closely match what we capture as far as the brush goes. So let's look at that in the next video.